Nestle is trying to buy Oregon's public water supply. We've talked for a long time about the privatization of the commons. We've talked about drought. We've talked about this incredible business of bottled water, which often involves just bottling tap water from municipalities. This is similar to Chris Christie's recent fast tracking of WIPA, which allows New Jersey municipalities to sell their public water supplies to corporations for bottling without public consent. This deal with Nestle is yet another water privatization plan. The proposal would allow Nestle, listen to these numbers, it's incredible, to extract over 118 million gallons of publicly owned water from the Columbia River Gorge on an annual basis and then sell it for exponential profits. The target is Oxbow Springs, which is a public water supply currently used to water an endangered salmon hatchery. Cascade Locks is the low-income community where Oxbow is located, has been promised approximately 50 jobs in exchange for allowing Nestle to build a $50 million bottling plant in the city. So what's the structure of the deal? Nestle is allowed to come in and for 22 cents per gallon, okay? 22 cents per gallon, or I'm sorry, no, 0.22 cents per gallon, buy the water, $2.25 per 1,000 gallons. Then they resell the water at $2.63 per gallon. Even considering the costs of bottling, we are talking about staggering profit margins here based on depleting a public water resource. Shameful, isn't it?
It's pretty bad. And I think maybe it was the CEO or someone at Nestle was quoted as saying that people do not have a right to water, something along those lines. And I think this is a perfect example that, they must firmly believe that.
Yeah, in libertarian paradise, maybe that is the case. And as we know, those societies absolutely do not work. They do not function. It is just complete and utter fantasy. There's a similar mechanism with logging companies where they are buying public trees, presumably at a big discount, but they have to pay to then reforest. So there's some element of sustainability there. But in this case, it's actually going to be the citizens and the municipalities who have to deal with the decreased water supply. And it's another instance of capitalism for the profits and then socialize the costs, socialize the cleanup, socialize the impact of the damage yet again.
Yeah, it never ends, really. Unfortunately, our politicians are just completely bought up by these companies. There seems to be no will to change the status quo.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, the plant also will be a huge polluter because think about all of the massive industrial equipment that is going to be installed to handle the acquisition and subsequent bottling of this water, not to mention all of the plastic that goes into the water bottles. This is a huge example of socializing all of these negative externalities with 90+% profit margins for the private industry. Land of the free, home of the brave, because America, because freedom, Lewis.
Yep, it's really sad. Unfortunately, profit is just the goal. That's success, profit.
And they are successfully achieving that goal, no question about it. We've got a great documentary recommendation coming up for you after the break.